Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 119, Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret ATV. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging, and here we have on the top Cobra and 116 and just like a striped pattern going on there. 4 and up assortment number. Nice practical photography on the front here. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole. And then here we have a nice big window showcasing the figure and her accessories, so that's really cool. And then Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret ATV. Okay, I'm done with that. G.I. Joe Classified Series Hasbro print. On the bottom, on this side, we've got small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn. And on this, in the middle, a barcode. And then on this side, adult assembly required. And there it is again in some other languages that I do not read. On this side, we've got some nice artwork of the Cobra Ferret Scout, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 119. On this side, we've got the file card, number 119, same picture from the other side, just in different colors. And then here we have her skill sets, number 119, a code you can scan if you want to go to shop.hasbro.com rather than any meaningful information about this character. G.I. Joe Classified Series at the bottom. And on the back we have number 119 Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret ATV. Nice digital renders of the figure and the vehicle, and it says she stands 5.9 inches or 151 millimeters tall. And there you got all the accessories in the vehicle. And then we've got some close-up features of the vehicle. Partial Cobra logo there. And then here we have skill sets again. But I think this is not for her. I think that's for the vehicle. Oh, wrong side. Anyway, that's what I think. I could be wrong. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. And really big at the bottom there. Attention, especially don't stick it in your French pie hole. Small fine legalese made in China print. Includes figure with 4 pieces and vehicle with 14 unassembled pieces. And then here at the bottom an asterisk with parents, GIJoe.com. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the vehicle and the accessories, of course. Handy dandy tweezers right here. So let's take a look at the figure's accessories. So she comes with a knife. Looks like it's molded all in black plastic. And I'm pretty sure we've seen this knife before. And the same goes for these pistols. They all have nice molded details, all molded in black plastic. And there are 2 of these pistols. And again, we've seen these in the line before. And then we have her helmet, because safety first. And as you can see, it does have a snake motif to it. it does. It looks very nice. Got a couple of paint apps on it. I'm gonna guess, since the majority of it is black, we're gonna say it's molded in black plastic, and then all the other splashes of color are paint apps. So that's pretty cool looking. Now let's slide the vehicle out of the way for a minute. We'll take a look at the figure. And I'm going to say it looks like most of this is reused from the Valkyries 2-pack, and rightly so. The only thing that appears to be new is this chest piece, which is an overlay, and of course you can't get these off without cutting them or popping the figure apart. So it makes it hard to see what's going on under there, but from looking at the Valkyries, we pretty much know what's articulation wise is going on under the vest. So I'm fixing to go into articulation. We haven't even took a look at the figure, and pretty good job around the eyes. It looks like they did mess up just a little bit. Maybe got a little bit of the eye color on her eyelid just slightly, but otherwise looks good. Looks like the majority of the figure is molded in this gray plastic, and then we've got paint apps here, paint app for the mask, and you know, anything outside of this color right here looks to be a paint app. This molded all in black plastic, same with the leg holster and the boot sheath for the knife. The vest part, we've got some paint right here. Got a nice Cobra tampo, some paint on the sides and on the back as well. I would assume that it's molded all in black plastic. And we've got this, which is probably molded in black plastic, and this on the top is paint apps for it, and some paint app here on the leg and on the knees and on the shin guards and top of the boots, or top of the feet. And then there's a look at the back. And so overall, very nice looking figure. Let's go over her articulation. So she looks up that far, and it looks like she is on a dumbbell with a separate neck piece with a ball at the bottom. So she looks up that high, she looks down that low. She's got chicken neck, she's got waggle, she can do the full exorcist. At the shoulder, butterflies, goes back that far, forward that far. And let's see, she seems to only want to raise her arm up about that high, at least on mine. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder, cut at the upper bicep here for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist, and it's on an up and down hinge. So that's good for posing her hands on the handlebars. Cut where the chest and the abdomen meet, and it rotates around 360 degrees there. And there's also a ball joint at the waist, which the belt kind of covers up, and it will also give you a 360 degree rotation as well. And working in conjunction, those two hinges give you hula hula hula. She can lean left and right, back that far, and forward that far. So at the hips, drop down hinge, and she will give you that much of the splits. Kicks forward better than 90 degrees, and that is with a little bit of outswing. Backwards about a step or so. Cut at the upper thigh for a full 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinge pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend. At the mid upper shin, a boot cut for another 360-degree rotation, and at the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as accessory storage goes, it's pretty straightforward. The pistols go in the holsters. That is, if I can get it in there. So there's pistols in the holster. Knife goes in the sheath here on the boot. And you'll have to straighten that up from time to time. And the helmet, she can hold it in her hand, tuck it in her arm, or again, safety first, fit it on the figure's head. And you may have to fiddle with it a little bit to get it just right, because mine's a little crooked there. But I will fix that later. Let's take a look at the vehicle. And some assembly is required. The missiles don't come attached. This piece right here does not come attached. You have to plug it into the foot boards, running boards, whatever you want to call these pieces right here. Plugs into there, and then the missiles plug into that. Missiles are a little bit confusing. Which way do they go, and how are they propelled? So that's weird. And then the front end here, there's two pieces here. The inside piece is the winch, and then the bar goes on the outside of it, and it all plugs in one spot there. And this came attached, this came attached. The wheels have to be put on, and you do have to put them on in a specific way. The instructions show that you put them on with the angled pieces, I like to say, pointing forward. And it's like that on all sides. And that gives the numbers ATV and Cobra, so they look right from the side view. So that's all very good. This back piece, the instructions show you put it on, but mine was on there, I think. And then this gun right here, it just clips on to the bar here, and you do have to put this piece on it. And it's removable for a reason. It's got a little handle right here and the handle right here, so it can be removed and used separately from the vehicle if you should so desire. And as far as this works, you just take that little clip and clip it on one of the bars, and you can move it left or right on the back, however you want to place it. And it does have a lot of nice molded details in here, and some paint apps here. Cobra XP 10000. It's no step right here. Secure cover. Missile launch information. Before operating this vehicle's advanced weapon system, be sure to pledge loyalty to Cobra. Refer to HUD display for launching instructions. And here we have a Cobra logo, Semper Fidelis Serpens ATV. And nice molded detail on here. Looks like, I want to say it's a Tampo, but it could be a sticker on here. And then this moves. The tires, other than rolling, they don't steer, they wobble a little bit, but they do all have spring shocks in them, so that's neat. Now, if they can only just put the springs in it and allow it to turn so that posing doesn't look odd, and it rolls really well. It does have a little bit of heft to it. It's not super heavy or anything like that, but it is weighted just a bit. And it looks like there might be, no, I was thinking maybe there was something in here in the headlight. Well, yeah, it is. There's a silver paint amp, and it looks like maybe a bronze paint out right in here and silver up in here, so that's cool. So the steering wheel does rotate 360 degrees. The little forward mounted cannons, they rotate until they hit the handlebars both ways, and they are on a hinge here as well. They go up that far, they go down far enough to blow your bar off here. And then of course, again, the missiles are removable, but again, how are they propelled? I don't know. And now that one doesn't want to go back on because I'm looking through the camera. There we go, got it back on. And then now the other one falls off, of course. So there's that. This gun clamped onto the bar, goes back that far, forward that far, and it will rotate 360 degrees. So pretty cool. So that, my friends, is a look at the figure and vehicle 2-pack with the accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here in the back we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret. And on the front row we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret Scout, with the G.I. Joe Classified Series, one of the Cobra Valkyries from the Valkyrie 2-pack, and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Carded Scarlet. Here on the back row we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret, and on the front row we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret Scout, the Valaverse Action Force Pandora with some of the pieces from the Pandora upgrade kit, and the Valaverse Action Force Joe Fest 2023 exclusive Warpath Eclipse. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret with Cobra Ferret Scout, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Ferret and Cobra Ferret Scout, I have to say, overall, I like this vehicle. It's small, it doesn't take up a ton of shelf space, and it's versatile. It can be a single rider or it could be a double rider vehicle, and I like the fact that they've already reused it with the Tiger Force repaint, or maybe this is the reuse from that. I don't remember which one came out first. Probably the Tiger Paw. I think they announced that one first, but I think they designed this one first. But, you know, I could just be talking out of me bumhole. But I think the figure is good reuse of the Valkyrie molds. And, you know, I don't even remember the original vehicle coming with a pack-in figure. I think it was just, you know, a standalone thing. So, you know, kind of a bonus. We paid for it, but still kind of a bonus. I like the look of the vehicle. I like the look of the Scout. I think the colors are going to match up really good with the Stinger driver when the Stinger comes out. I like the funny little missile warning that's on the fender. And I like the fact that, you know, the weapons are all blast effect compatible. Well, at least the guns are. The missiles, that's a different story. I'm not even sure what to make out of those things. How do they launch? How are they propelled? This one is beyond me, folks. A double-ended missile with no exhaust. Is it magnetic? Is it spring-loaded? I don't know. I don't know how it gets to its target. So that's a little, you know, I guess one of those sci-fi things that you never really are supposed to think about. So that's one, you know, and that's really a minor thing, I guess, to mention. The original was probably like that as well, but that's one ding for me. And I like the fact that each wheel has an independent suspension to it, or a spring in it, whatever you want to call it. But they're all springy, like they have shocks. So I think that's cool. But I feel like the next ding, and it's kind of a big one, is that the front tires do not turn. You know, there's no turning axle in there that matches up or can match up with the steering yoke. And, you know, it's not that they necessarily have to be connected, but that, you know, you can turn both of them to, you know, match up for photos and whatnot. And so that seems to be an issue. It was an issue with the vamp. At least for me, it was an issue. Your mileage may vary, but for me, that's kind of an issue, especially when you get like the ram cycle. At least I believe the ram cycle. The handlebars and the front wheels are connected, but even if not, the front wheel still does turn. The Cobra coil, they might not match up, but that front tire, I think, turns. So, it's not that it's beyond their capability to do it. It may be out of how they're trying to price it, or how much profit they're trying to make off of. I don't know how that works internally at Hasbro, whether that increases the piece count, or the difficulty of making the vehicle, or what. I don't know. But at any rate, that's a feature that I would have liked to have seen on this vehicle and on the Vamp, and something that I'm sure they're not going to update for the Stinger, and I would like to see it on that as well. But if wishes were horses, we'd all be riding four-wheelers, right? Or ATVs, I guess they call them now. Back in my day, we just called them four-wheelers, because the precursor to the four-wheeler was the three-wheeler. At least in my area, that's what they were called. In your area, they may have been called something different, and that's okay too. But overall, I have to say, I like this. I like the look of it. And again, it's not a super expensive vehicle. It's not super expensive to put, or real estate wise, on your shelf. You know, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So, but I think this is pretty cool. I think a cool feature besides the turning wheels that it should have come with, and it would have been a pretty cool bonus, is a second helmet that would fit a male character. Just in case you wanted, you know, somebody to ride this and be safe. I don't know. But I just think that would have been a cool little bonus feature for this. But again, that's just me. Your mileage, of course, may vary. But overall, again, I like the way this looks. I always thought this was kind of a cool little vehicle. And I hope they end up doing more of these little type vehicles. And maybe even some of the small play sets that a Real American Hero had. I thought those were always really cool. And a neat little price point. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.